talking about the black outrage machine. So the other thing going on, Bill Cosby got released.
True indeed.
So what is some of your takes from that one?
Well, I think if you compare Bill Cosby's case to Weinstein's case,
Now, which one was
again,
Weinstein? Is that the one who found dead in the jail cell?
no, that was Epstein. Weinstein was the one. He grabbed Terry Crews balls at
Oh, that
one
was
at
him?
one. Yeah, yeah, and then he supposedly raped so many women or something like that. I think Bill Cosby was more publicized than Harvey Weinstein's case, and Bill Cosby tried to buy, what was it? Was it NBC?
Yeah, allegedly he was trying to buy NBC. I haven't read too much into that one. I don't know how
Yeah.
much is real versus like I
Right,
don't know.
right. Harvey Weinstein, basically he got I think like 23 years, but his whole case was swept under the rug. You didn't hear about it anymore. But for some reason they stayed on Bill Cosby more. I think Harvey Weinstein, he ended up paying out so much money, and that was it. He went to jail, that was it. And but he was arrested after, I want to say it was after Bill Cosby. You know, he Bill Cosby was sent to jail so quick when all his allegations came up after everything was said and done. I can kind of understand why people say Bill Cosby should have never went there in the first place, and then the statute of limitation and all that. You know what I'm saying, but point blank, what you did was wrong. Okay, now he did his time. Now what's next for him?
Well,
They're still not gonna let him buy NBC. And he's forever gonna be shunned. He might not be shunned by the black community so much as the powers that be in the business world.
I would almost put that the opposite order. Um, because
To a
he
point, maybe, yeah.
yeah,
But
he may not. All right, so basically he got out because he could afford the lawyers who could stay in
right.
the fight long enough to expose some trickery by the prosecution that violated an agreement that
Hmm.
then let him out. Okay. Um, but that's the political side. Like those of you who know me know that I have zero faith in the criminal justice system. Period. Police lie to you to get you arrested. Police
So,
lie to you to get a confession. Prosecutors lie to you to get you to take plea deals. Judges ignore your humanity to give you longer sentences that don't even match your peers. So the whole thing is garbage, all of it.
right.
But that's on the legal process side, and that's where he won. Similar like OJ won the legal process side.
Hmm.
But I have no more love for Bill Cosby.
Hmm.
Uh, at least not Bill Cosby as he stands. Because yes, I can look backwards and I can see some of the great work he did in the civil rights struggle. I can see some of the great things that he did setting a visual standard through his characters, through his cartoons, through his TV shows, through his movies, being the black dad that was put in front of everybody on TV. All that imagery and symbolism stuff. I'm not taking that away from him because it did a lot for us as a community, but it
True.
does not change the fact that this man is an admitted rapist. Okay, he
Yes,
admitted it.
he
Now,
did.
did he expect that admission to be used against him? No, because the legal system says that the only reason he was willing to make that statement was because it wouldn't come out. And then they lied to him and victimized him behind that part. But he's
Hmm.
still a rapist. And in my eyes, a rapist is a murderer. So,
He did a good job of hiding it for so many years, though.
and that's another side of it. Yeah, he did a good job of hiding it only because he didn't say anything.
Right.
right? He let his money talk for him.
Right.
But for him to have done that kind of stuff, he was a serial rapist by his own admission.
Right. Right.
Okay. So for him to have done that kind of damage for that long and be
So many
that famous
times.
and that wealthy and that connected, he had help, right?
True.
He had people who knew things that kept him out of trouble. And I'm of the opinion, this is my conspiracy piece. I'm of the opinion that once he was no longer of use to those same people, they found use in exposing him. And then they exposed him and let everything else take its course.
Right.
So Bill Cosby, the rapist, your ass should still be in jail. I mean, that's just how I feel. Um, the court system, it needs to be just completely ripped apart and put back together in some other way. Because if you didn't have Bill's money, you'd be in jail right now. If
And I,
if you were innocent and the right number of people made this claim against you and you don't have the money, you're gonna be in jail right now.
right.
The fact that it took, what is it, like 50 women's accusations to
Yeah.
get this
Yes.
man,
Yeah. Right.
bruh.
Right.
So
And then I think you got to look at it. You got to take yourself out of it from a fan aspect of it. You look at it like, okay, I'm not a fan of Bill Cosby, or even I really don't know who this man is. And I see your point of saying he should still be, Bill Cosby, the rapist, should still be in jail. Because if this was your sister, your aunt, your mother, your daughter that he did this to, how would you feel? Would you feel, oh, he should have never been in jail in the first place? So you gotta take the fan aspect out of it. And I think that's what a lot of people are coming in at when they say he should have never went to jail in the first place. And I think I saw an interview with David Allen Greer where he said, if one or two people tell you something bad about me, then yeah, I would say, yeah, don't believe that, brush it off. But if 50 something people come to you and tell you something bad about me and they're all saying the same thing, you might want to be inclined to listen.
yeah, and I don't, and it's like it's one of those things I'm not 100% sure how I would quantify, right? Because if one person comes forward, that person may be telling the truth.
Right. And it may be
And
just that one person.
yeah, and so why do I have to kill 3 people for the one person to matter, right? But then 50 people come forward and say you killed me.
Right.
Okay.
And they're all
You
saying
found
it.
50 people? So
And
now,
they're
now,
all saying
now,
the
now,
same
now I'm
thing.
like, wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Something don't smell right. So there's no right number. Um, it's I don't know how this is gonna come out, but it's like when it comes to victims of, first of all, I don't believe that America takes sex crime seriously. I just
I
don't
agree
think they do.
with that. I agree with that.
We've seen far too often where a woman is raped or a man is raped or a child is raped, and it's they get to be the ones drugged through the mud.
Right.
What did you say? What did you do? How did you behave? How did you dress? Why were you there? Why did you know what I'm saying? All that garbage, which means, yeah, if you're already feeling victimized from being victimized,
Mm-hmm.
and now you want me to come and parade myself in front of the public square to prove why I deserve to be a victim.
The
You know what I'm
victim
saying?
becomes a victim from both the person who did the act to him and the judicial system.
Right. So it's like I have to now convince you that not only did it happen, but it happened to me,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that I'm I'm worth being the victim. That is garbage. Okay. So to me, and I don't know the right way to do this because there are false accusations. But the number of false accusations, I don't know for sure, but I'll be damn sure that they're way smaller than the real ones. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So people like to play this counter negative thing where they're saying, well, one innocent person in prison is one too many. That's good for you to say, but our system doesn't act that way. So let's not pretend that we're going to do that when it comes to sexual violence. Okay? Investigate it. Dig
Right.
through it, do all the things you need to do, but do that stuff outside of the public eye.
Right.
That victim, unless they choose to come forward, I don't need to see them.
Yeah.
I don't need them to have to justify to me. Like the lady who accused former President Trump, and the response is, well, look at her. She's not my type.
Yeah.
The hell?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm kind of at with that, man. It's like he, from what I've heard, when it comes to matters of rape, it's not even about sex, it's about power. And he was a powerful man.
Right.
And not only was he a powerful man, but that would be like someone telling you that Mr. Rogers suffocated puppies as a hobby. No,
Yeah.
no, that's Mr. Rogers, right?
Right.
So
Right.
you're trying to go up against Heathcliff Huxtable.
Right. Do
So
do you
yeah,
do
it's
you
the,
not to cut you
no,
off,
you're
but
good, you're good.
when you said Mr. Rogers, that reminded me of another case. You remember the dude that played Captain Kangaroo?
I never really followed him too tight.
The
What
dude that
craziness
played,
did he do?
I think he was accused of molesting like so many children
Hmm.
during the time of his show. You know, so we put these people on a pedestal, and then you got, I think it was the guy that did Elmo's voice was messing with little boys or some shit out.
Remember Jared from Subway?
Jared from Subway, yeah.
Right.
I'm like, yeah,
So
damn,
what
man.
we keep doing as a community, as a culture, as the American culture, right? So this
Mm,
one right here, man, this ain't on the white folk, man. This on all of us.
right,
Holding the position over the person. You're viewing the person that stands accused through the lens of their position. This is why Catholic priests were able to do what they have done for so long. And then, if anything, they got pushed out of the church to then go become the guidance counselor at your local school. Right? No
yeah,
accountability, off to go victimize some more children.
right,
It's all about the position. Bill Cosby held a particular position in the American culture. And so when you went up against Bill Cosby, you went up against America. And America recoiled and said, no, you're just a woman. And it's also a sex crime. So really, it's sex, right? When no, this, and like I go back to it again, and I may be speaking a little out of school because I've never, at least as far as I know, I ain't never had to deal with nothing like that. But it's like a living death. You are literally making this person relive this shit over and over and over and over again. When for you, it was just a Tuesday.